Welcome to Planetary Gig Talk. I'm your host, Jefferson Glassy, Chief Spiritual Dude of the Planetary Gig Society, whose mission is making connections through music with the intention of bringing peace. And today, it's going to be kind of a crazy day because here in Studio One at the worldwide headquarters of the Planetary Gig Society, I am pleased to introduce everyone to a crazy guy, Mr. Erasmus Caffery.
Oh, hey there. How you doing? I'm happy to be here today.
Well, Erasmus, probably not that people don't know that much about you, really, but I'm just going to, start right off and say that everybody says, it's kind of widely acknowledged that you are the Fongmaster.
Thou says it.
Well, I did, but what does that mean, Fongmaster? I have your book here. I have looked at it. I have to admit it's a little beyond belief, but you sort of claim that fonging brings forth the healing sounds of the universe.
Well, it's true. Fonging does bring about the healing sounds of the universe, and I'd be glad to talk about that more. I can describe you what it's about.
Yes, we definitely want to get into that. But the reason that you're on the show is because I guess my contention, and maybe others, is that music really is the healing sounds of the universe. Music is so unbelievably powerful. It's kind of who we are. It's what we are. We're made up of vibrations. Music are vibrations. We've been talking in this podcast about how music in people's lives kind of can transform their lives. And in a sense, we don't have enough music in our society. People like music. They listen to music. They're fabulous musicians, but it should be more of a focus in that we can use music to create a better world, really.
Well, Jefferson, I hear that, and I think that is true. But there is this underlying ancient wisdom about fonging, which proclaims a similar thing, that the healing sounds of the universe can be brought to humans, and that fonging will have a tremendous impact on people. And so maybe we're talking about the same thing, or at least we're on the same page, and I am happy to be here with you talking about it today, because I think that, as with science, quantum physics, Tai Chi, all realms of sort of human endeavor and human knowledge should be integrated, and we should talk about how that integration occurs.
Well, that's a good point. So let's see, do I ask about what fonging is first? Or, I generally ask people with music, how did music come into your life? When did you first, what do you remember about music growing up? Did you have music lessons, blah, blah, blah? So, I guess I would ask you, did you have fonging in your life? Did your parents fong? That's kind of seems like kind of a funny question.
Well, some people might say it's funny, and I guess they probably did. I know I fonged my mom. I don't remember if my father was still around when the angel came to me.
What?
I thought you said you had the book.
Well, I do, and I guess that's right. So why don't we go to how did you discover fonging?
Well, I didn't really discover fonging. It kind of it happened. Like they say, music is already there. Like Michelangelo said that the Pieta was already in the stone. He just had to uncover it. I kind of was in this role of helping humans uncover fonging, but it was really the angel who brought fonging to me. I think that would be the way to describe it.
Right. Okay. So now I remember. It's in the book, and just for everyone out there, the book is called "Fonging for the Soul" by Erasmus Caffery, And it is a very interesting book. There's no question about that. Maybe you could describe a little bit, Erasmus, of how fonging came to you, as you put it.
Okay, I will. So I'm just sleeping. I'm laying in my bed sleeping one morning, and all of a sudden, there was this angel there, kind of hovering around my room. I'm thinking, is this a dream? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. And she kind of comes into my consciousness or subconsciousness, whatever, and points a finger at me and says, "You'll be granted the ancient gift of fonging." And she smiled. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
I know. Gee, I would be surprised if I was sleeping and an angel came and said that to me.
Well, yeah, so you know what I'm talking about then. So she was kind of persistent, and I woke up, or at least I think I woke up. And she says to me, "You are to receive the greatest treasure of the gods. Fonging has been too long absent from your world. It teaches peace."
Huh, fonging teaches peace. Gee, well, this is pretty interesting. Yeah, keep going.
It teaches peace by unveiling primal healing sounds to humans.
Primal healing sounds. Holy smokes. Well, that could be music, but I guess she's saying it's fonging.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out what's going on at this point. And she says, okay, I'm going to teach you how to do this fonging. So she says, "Do this as you shall remember it from me. Take the rack from thy oven and retrieve 2 strings from thy shoes." I'm like, I'm not wearing shoes right now, but I guess I could get some.
Yeah, I don't wear shoes to bed either. So that would kind of perplex me right from the get-go there.
And so then she says, "With the oven rack and the strings of thy shoes, tie one end of each of the strings around a corner of the oven rack. Simple knots are fine," she says.
I guess, well, I don't know anything about it, but to me, simple knots would probably be fine.
"Now the oven rack should be dangling down, held up by 2 strings, which you hold in the fingers." Okay, so I think I'm getting this.
I don't know if I'm really getting this or not, but keep going.
So she says, "Now wrap the other end of each string around the index finger of each hand. Hear me well now, appointed one, and please stick thy fingers in thy ears, but not in someone else's ears. At least, not yet."
Holy crap, what? Are you kidding?
I don't know. I was the same kind of it's like, "Hey, angel girl, what are you talking about?" I'd be like, yeah, like, I don't know. Is this really a dream?
I don't know. There is that dream state I've heard where kind of lucid dreaming, where you kind of create your own dreams while you're in a conscious state. And I wonder if that's what this is about.
Well, it beats the hell out of me. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm sitting here, and she's telling me to do all this. And then she says, "You will want a friend to fong you." I'm like, oh my God.
What? Who? How? What?
That's what I said. I don't know. It's still, I'm still thinking I'm in this dream. So she says, you take the rack and you stand up and you have to kind of lean forward a little bit, just a tad, get the appropriate amount of rack dangle, she says.
Rack dangle. Now that's something. Well, Erasmus, just keep going. I don't know I don't know.
So, because you don't want the oven rack to bang into your stomach, and then you tilt over slightly from the waist. Let the rack dang, and you put your fingers in your ears.
This is just craziness. It's crazy.
So she says, "Calleth your friends, the ones you said you had, either male or female, it mattereth not. Beck and them play melody on the rack with various small implements, like wooden salad tongs and plastic kitchen spoons. And turkey basters. People really love to be fonged with turkey basters.
Now, well, I just don't even know what to say about that. How fonging with turkey basters and stuff like that? I don't know. Just
So, all of a sudden, the most beautiful music I have ever heard exploded in my ears. My entire spirit was brought to aural fulfillment in little more than an instant, a holy instant. It sounds like, I don't know. These sounds were just unbelievable. It was kind of like mating whales.
mating whales.
Well, it's so indescribable. You don't even know what to say. And mating whale sounds are pretty spiritual, I think.
Okay.
So, and just all of a sudden, I was filled with this sort of feeling of wholeness. And it was kind of a musical knowledge and awareness of the universe. It was just really, it was incredible, Jefferson. I don't know what else to say, but that's what that's how I learned about fonging. That's how fonging was brought to me by the angel.
That is quite the story, Erasmus. In doing the background prep for the show, I did hear, it was I saw it, I think, on the internet, that somebody said you might have learned about fonging at a party after college, but you don't remember.
Well, maybe.
Okay, so, we now, I guess everyone now kind of understands a little bit about what fonging is, and I'm certainly going to run off and grab some oven racks and strings and stuff, and fong. Well, I guess I need friends, right?
Well, in the book, I did invent fongsturbation, so you could check that part of that chapter out.
Fongsturbation? Jesus, man, what?
Well, sometimes you're longing for a fonging, and there's nobody around, so you can just kind of bang the rack into a little chair or something, and it makes good sounds. Good sounds, yeah. Pretty fongtastic. You can get orgasms that way.
Dude, this is kind of like a family show about, music, and I don't know what you're... Anyway, it's very interesting, I have to say, because I've been, in the course of doing these podcasts, I've been very interested in talking with really anyone about the power of music. And the angel was kind of saying to you that fonging is music. So I think it's fair game, and this is a really interesting conversation.
Yeah, for me too. I don't know. It was. Yeah, it's just kind of cracks you up. It is fantastic, though.
So, tell us. So you said you did fong your mother. Have you fonged a lot of people?
Dude, man, I have fonged probably, I'm sure, more people than anyone else on the planet. And I've fonged, kids, and kids love fonging. It's really fun, and it's wholesome kind of activity, generally speaking. So friends, lots of friends. The book is out there. We have the popular Live Fong and Prosper shoestrings. We've got the Fong On car stickers, which you can buy them if you want.
Fong On car stickers. Well, if you put a Fong On car sticker on your car, then people would kind of know something about you in a way. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
Well, that's true, I guess.
Well, tell us a little bit more about once you learned about fonging, you fonged lots of friends. Were there moments in your life when fonging became sort of when it became more socially acceptable, or when there was a critical mass somehow of people of fonging?
Well, yeah, that's a good question, and I think there was. I used to go to Blues Week at Davis and Elkins College.
No kidding. My God, yeah, I've been going there for years. Up in Elkins, West Virginia, Augusta Heritage Center.
Yeah, I was there.
Were you there really?
Yeah, it's a couple years.
What years?
Well, early 2000s.
Well, I was there.
So I was talking with my friend, it was my roommate, Neil, and we're talking about fonging and thinking maybe we should try to fong some people tonight. There's a lot of people around here, very open people. And so, we got some racks out of the kitchens in the dorms up there. We had shoestrings, of course, and then we found some things to knock on, and we kind of walked around the campus saying, hey, how'd you like to fong? Hey, baby, how'd you like to fong? That kind of thing.
That seems like it wouldn't go over so well. I don't know. I guess this is not like fonging people at work, though.
Right. It's kind of innocent, I think.
Okay, so what happened then? I mean, how many did you fong? A lot of people?
I think we fonged like maybe 30 or 40 people.
And how did they react?
It was quite amazing. People would just look up and say, whoa, that was awesome. That was awesome.
And did anybody hear mating whales that you fonged?
One lady said that she did hear mating whales.
And how did other people describe it?
I tell you, people describe it all kinds of different ways. But it's definitely a surprise because, they're bent over, holding this oven rack with the string in their ears and all that. And people tap on the rack kind of rhythmically, different bongs, thongs, that kind of stuff. And the sound that you hear from outside is just like a little tee on the rack. But the sound goes up the rack, through the strings, through your fingers.
Through your fingers. I guess it would have to go through your fingers.
Yeah, it does. And goes into your head, into your brain, and makes this amazing sound. It's just wild. And I think, frankly, it changes your life forever once you're fonged.
Gee. I mean, I've talked with a lot of people about how fonging... I'm sorry. You've got me all confused, man.
Yeah, sorry.
How music can change your life. Even a single note can change your life. And now you're saying that fonging can change your life. How's that?
Well, you're kind of in this vulnerable position, standing in front of a group of people bent over, hanging there, hanging the rack out of your ears. And it teaches a vulnerability. It also is kind of forgiveness wrapped into this because you have to let go of any feelings of being victimized or anything like that of the people who are tapping on your rack. And it's so ridiculous. It's so fucking ridiculous that you do it and you think, but it's cool. So it's kind of, it's enlightening in that way.
Well, it is pretty ridiculous from what I can discern. And, I do think that we have to be open to different experiences like that. So, we'll just keep on.
All right, so we're following all these people, and then we ended up on top of a little mountain out there behind the pavilion. And friend Neil standing over there for a long time, putting his fingers in and out of his ears. Then he comes back and he says, wow, I think I found this place where if you move your fingers in and out of your ears really quickly, there's this sweet spot where the sounds are really good.
Whoa, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Not only that, it was the discovery of the F spot, the Fong spot.
You are kidding me, right? You're kidding.
No, I mean, really. And it's in the book. There's pictures in the book. And, we learned a lot of things that night. We went around, we fonged a lot of people. We realized that, you do have to be careful and engage only in safe fonging, and that there is sort of fonging etiquette.
Safe fonging and fonging etiquette. Explain.
Well, etiquette-wise, you can't just be, wailing on the rack and people get knocked over, and you have to be very gentle, and sort of listen and observe what the person who's being fonging sort of needs, how they're reacting. There's a lot of empathy involved in fonging, and I didn't tell you about there's different sort of methods.
Different fonging methods?
Yeah, so the one I've talked about is sort of the traditional method, but you can get two people. We call this couples fonging. And you stand up opposite from each other, and you have two racks, and each person has a string from one rack. Stand facing each other, they bend over, slightly from the waist, and you tap on the rack, and the additional thing is that the racks then bang into each other and makes this clang, clang, clanging sound that's just is really remarkable, and it enhances the experience.
Well, I guess, more racks, better, I suppose.
Yeah, so, there's circle fonging. We've done that with 3 racks. You got to have the racks. Racks have to be clean. There's information about that in the book. It's all there.
Well, it sounds like a very helpful book. I kind of went through it, and I didn't really have the perspective I do now. So thank you for that.
Yeah, so, people late at night could kind of be like fonging their brains out, and they might get a little crazy and start putting their fingers in other people's ears.
People do that? Oh, that's the angel alluded to that, didn't she?
Yeah, so, you've got the people putting in fonging in fingers in other people's ears, and it gets a little wild and crazy. So the thing you have to do, you have to be careful about the FTDs, the fonging transmitted diseases.
Of course you do.
Yeah, so that's why you get these little sort of that you cut off the tips of plastic gloves like the nurses wear and all.
Oh yeah, I know those gloves.
You cut off one, you put it on your finger, that we call them prophylactics, and that way that helps prevent the spread of the FTDs, and it makes people feel safe, and you can reuse them. They're good and they're cheap. You just cut off the ends of the gloves,
Well, I suppose that's beneficial. Doesn't sound too cost prohibitive to use them or anything.
No, it's just pretty inexpensive. So yeah, we try to in the book we do talk about a lot of these the safety tips and the etiquette and those kinds of things.
Well, it is. This is just quite a unique conversation that we're having, and let me just dig in a little bit more. How do you think fonging can really help bring peace to humanity? I mean, that was the angel was saying, right?
Well, I do think that it can be a contributing factor, because if everybody fonged, you kind of get a little bit better perspective on life. There's empathy, there's forgiveness, vulnerability. We've talked about it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So, and plus these healing sounds are just, they're wild. And it is sort of a basic form of music. It's the vibrations of the universe. I mean, right there. And the more people who fong, I think it's just the better, we need more people fonging.
Well, I suppose it doesn't hurt. There aren't really like side effects or anything, are there?
No, I can't think of anything other than perspective, sort of hilarity, inanity, collective good fun and weirdness.
Well, yeah, I guess you've hit on it there. And that is something that we do talk about, in the sense of, music being so powerful, and kind of whatever format. We've talked about, with people who listen music, musicians, of course, DJs, all this. So, I guess my mind has been opened up a little bit more to this. I think that, you're right. Hey, don't doubt an angel. If she says, peace through fonging, and that's one way to do it. I mean, fonging is kind of musical, as you say, and so I think we got to be down with that. Maybe I should include Fonging for the Soul as a resource on the website, planetarygigs.org. We have a lot of good resources.
Yeah, I know. I have checked out some of those. The music lesson is one by Victor Wooten that I really think is special. It's probably, I say it's really honestly better than my book.
Well, I guess that's kind of big of you, but I think it's better than your book too. Anyway, Erasmus, I just want to say thank you very much for being here. Thank you for sharing this. It's just keep doing what you're doing, and I think that's a good thing that everybody should try to focus on, right? Just keep doing what's in your heart and your soul, and in order to make, the world a better place and help people out.
Well, right on with that, brother. I mean, no matter what, if it's in your heart and it's in your soul and it feels good, and it's about love and about peace and everybody and wanting the best for the planet, we can think about those things, and with our intention, we can make it all happen.
You're right about that, Erasmus. So, thanks very much again. Really appreciate it. We'll just peace through fonging, everybody.
Yeah, fong on, brother.
All right. Thanks again, Erasmus Caffery. Really appreciate it. You've been listening to Planetary Gig Talk, Tales of Music and Magic. I'm your host, Jefferson Glassy, Chief Spiritual Dude of the Planetary Gig Society. We talk with musicians and others about the power of music and how we can use music to help create a better world. Please check out our website, www.planetarygigs.org, for information about some of the organizations promoting music and musicians, resources about the power of music, books, movies, articles, including new research on music and the brain. We welcome your support. The Planetary Gig Society is a Section 501c3 charitable organization, and you can donate on the website. You also can receive a free email signature block demonstrating your support for Planetary Gig Society. Please follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Planetary Gigs. And we want to thank fabulous musician and teacher Eric Weinberg of Little Eric Studios for the Planetary Gig Talk music titled Chill Kid, It's Saul. So please check out Planetary Gig Talk on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Subscribe and hear all the upcoming episodes. Thanks very much.